Have you ever made a leadership decision that you know was right and somebody was disappointed anyway? If you've led people for very long, your answer, I'm sure, is yes. One of the hardest lessons every leader learns is this: when you make the right decision for the right reason in the right way, and someone will still misunderstand your motives, that's not a failure of leadership. Sometimes that is leadership.
He's not just a coach, he's a leader of leaders. With over 50 years of real-world experience, he's helped business owners double their profits, build leaders from within, and reclaim their time.
A mentor, an author, and a chief reinvention officer who's guided thousands to lead with clarity, confidence, and impact. Please welcome Henry Chidgey.
When we're younger, we often believe that if we explain ourselves well enough, everyone will agree. I've actually had people say that. If you just understood me, you would agree with me. Experience teaches us something different. People don't evaluate your decisions from the same place. They see them through their own responsibilities, their own fears, their own hopes, their own circumstances. So don't confuse disagreement with failure. Sometimes disagreement is simply the price of leadership. If you're carrying the weight of leadership and finding some of these decisions harder than you expect, I've created a free resource that may help. It's called Get Calm, Clear Leadership in 14 Days Without Overthinking Every Hard Conversation. You'll find it at go.henrychidgey.com. Now let's talk about one of leadership's greatest emotional challenges. Why people misunderstand leaders. I've mentored leaders for many years, and I've noticed something. Most people don't question your intentions because they're bad people. They question them because they don't have all the information you have. As a leader, you're often balancing competing priorities. You're thinking about customers, employees, cash flow, long-term strategy, safety, and culture. You have to see the whole picture. Others naturally see the part of the picture that affects them most. That's human nature. That's organizations. When people misunderstand us, our first instinct is to defend ourselves, to explain more, to convince. Sometimes that's appropriate, but most times, no amount of explanation changes someone's perspective. That's when maturity becomes more important than persuasion. Your responsibility isn't to win every argument. Your responsibility is to lead with integrity. If you're facing one of those leadership decisions right now, I'd be honored to help. Through my leadership mentoring, I work with business owners and executives who want to think more clearly, make wiser decisions, and lead with greater confidence. If that would be helpful to you, here's a link below where you can schedule a leadership mentoring session. Here's what I've learned. The best leaders don't ask, will everyone agree? Will everyone be happy? They ask, can I honestly explain why this decision serves our purpose? If the answer is yes, then make the decision. Communicate it clearly. Treat people with respect. Listen carefully. Learn what you can, and then move forward. Leadership isn't about unanimous agreement. It's about faithful stewardship. So here's my question for you. Is there a decision you've been delaying? Not because it's the wrong decision, but because you're afraid someone won't understand? They won't like it? If that's true, ask yourself another question. Are you protecting the organization, or are you protecting your own comfort? Sometimes those are two very different things. If this message challenged your thinking, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe and share it with another leader. Each week, we explore practical leadership ideas that help people become wiser leaders and build organizations worth following. And before you go, download my free guide, Get Calm, Clear Leadership in 14 Days Without Overthinking Every Hard Conversation. I'll leave you with this thought. A leader's responsibility is not to be understood by everyone. It's to be a faithful steward of all that has been entrusted to them. Until next time, lead wisely, lead with integrity, and lead for a purpose bigger than yourself. And let me say what a leadership's responsibility is once again. It's to faithfully steward what has been entrusted to them. Take care for now. Bye-bye.